If you think about this year, 2024, and what a pivotal year it was, and where we were at this point last year as we were waiting to hear just a few days from now that the Supreme Court would take the 14th Amendment case. It was something we were fighting throughout the fall of 2023 as the states started to mount these challenges to President Trump being on the ballot. But when you think about that, about what the ACLJ stood for, as we represented the state parties in many states, but the one that ultimately got to the Supreme Court, which was the Colorado challenge after just in mid-December of 2023, the Supreme Court of Colorado upheld the ban of President Trump being on the ballot. But if it weren't for the legal team of the ACLJ, what a different year this would look like. Because the radical left and the cronies that had this plan hatched to keep someone off the ballot that millions of Americans were voting for or planning to vote for in the upcoming primaries, then the American people's right to vote for the candidate of their choice would be taken away. And for all the talk of defending democracy that we heard from the Democrat Party, they didn't mean real democracy. They didn't mean the people choosing. We saw that play out when they swapped their candidate from Joe Biden to Kamala Harris. They mean the right for you to vote for the person they want you to vote for. What a different year we would be in right now, and different place we would be in if it weren't for the work of the ACLJ over this last year. But now you look forward and you know that these fights will continue on, and it takes outside organizations from government to continue that fight, to lay the groundwork, to do the FOIA request, to point the administration in the right direction, to fight at the state and local level. When you hear a word like this from one of our clients, this was a grandmother and her granddaughter were kicked out of the National Archives for wearing pro-life attire. This was her quote about our representation. The ACLJ and their wonderful and caring attorneys stood up to them for us. ACLJ sent a loud message that pro-life individuals would not be pushed around in our government buildings. Please support the ACLJ's great work protecting our rights. And that's just one testimonial of the client that received legal help at no charge to them. When you think about the vastness of the work of the ACLJ and what it's going to take in this next year to continue these fights, that is a sign to you right now. Go donate, have your donation tripled. And Jordan, we've talked about this Jack Smith thing. We see in these reports that one, President Biden thought he could have won if he stayed in, but also he was frustrated that he picked Merrick Garland because he didn't think Merrick Garland went after Trump hard enough. Of all the cases that Trump had before him, 2 federal cases from the special counsel, 1 in Florida, 1 in D.C., all the state cases, Georgia, New York on multiple levels. And Biden didn't think his attorney general went after President Trump hard enough. I think that tells you everything you need to know about the legacy of the Biden administration and what we need to clean up in the year ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's the legacy of the deep state. They dirty you up. They are really... Their goal is not to put you behind bars. They'd love to, but their goal is just to dirty you up when it matters during election time. Are they trying? They're dropping all of this without a fight. There's still a lot of bad bureaucrats inside the Department of Justice who could still cause trouble if they wanted to. Certainly in the future they can. And President Trump has got to get his team, and Pam Bondi, it's not just about getting her through as Attorney General, and that's going to be great, but she's got to get her team in place so that those bureaucrats have real bosses and get them under control, because we've seen the problems they can cause on their own. But putting in people like Jack Smith and Bob Mueller, and this idea that, we can make it fair by also investigating Biden, but he's just too old to actually do anything with. He'll just get up in front of the stands and look like somebody who doesn't know where he is. That's great for a president of the United States. Support the work of the ACLJ today. This, again, is such an important time of year for our country, for our nation as we prepare to inaugurate the next president of the United States, for so many of our colleagues who are up for cabinet positions and other major positions. We could change the United States and our country in these 4 years, but we're going to need your help to make that change lasting. So donate today at the ACLJ until midnight tonight. Your donation is tripled. This is the biggest day of the year for us. Be part of our team. Donate aclj.org.